Hello YouTube, this is Asatsu5 and today I'm going to be telling you the story of my flashlight journey, of me finding the right flashlight for me, and it all starts off with me shopping at Academy and buying this flashlight right here. It is the Smith & Wesson Galaxy 12 LED flashlight. It has 12 LEDs and 3 different colors, regular light, red light, and uh, blue light. And the lights are supposed to help with seeing different things, like preserving night vision and spotting blood. And I just wasn't happy with this flashlight. Um, First off, the light wasn't that impressive, and two, the switch broke out on me. Like within the first day that I had it. So I returned it back to Academy, and I decided to research flashlights and see what was the best one on the market at the time. And after researching the web and looking on Google, there was one company that kept popping up over and over again, and that was SureFire. And there were many great reviews on SureFire flashlights from military personnel, law enforcement, and outdoorsmen. And all that was left for me was to narrow down the flashlight selection to the one that I felt best suited my needs. And that was the SureFire G2, an incandescent flashlight. It was it had many great reviews from military and law enforcement, and it was just a standard flashlight. It was 65 lumens at the time when it was incandescent, and I thought I had a real workhorse or power house with me. I felt that I could do anything with this flashlight, and it was by far the most powerful flashlight I ever held in my hands. And I EDC'd this flashlight, had no pocket clip on it, and I carried it with me at school, around town. It was just handy to have, uh, uh, despite its many shortcomings, i.e. not having a pocket clip. But I love the momentary on tail cap. I loved the lumen output at the time. I didn't know any better, that there was anything better than that. This was what I could afford, and it was a great flashlight. Had some blackouts at the school that I went to at the time, and this flashlight served me well, very well at the school. Actually ended up blinding some kids a little bit, just messing with them. Not permanently blinding them, but just flashing them with a flashlight. They were very impressed with how bright the flashlight was. The only problem was the run time, and it was 65 lumens for incandescent, and it had a run time of about an hour. And I found this out while hunting. I was headed to my deer stand, and the flashlight just slowly got dimmer, and dimmer until it just went out, and I was stuck in the woods without a flashlight. Luckily, I believe it was my stepdad had a backup flashlight, and I was able to get to my stand. But that was a real big shortcoming, the run time being only 1 hour. But I was still very happy with the company, and they have an amazing customer service that warranty policy is pretty much no questions asked. They did ask some questions about troubleshooting, and they walked me through some difficulties I had with the flashlight. It turned out my tail cap messed up on me, and they sent me a new tail cap free of charge. After they found out that was the problem, they just said, "Alright, we'll send you one," and a few weeks later, I got me a new tail cap, and I was very happy with the customer service. Eventually, SureFire came out with the LED version of the G2, which is what you're looking at right here. And just before I get to talking about the LED, I want to give you a little tip when shopping for a flashlight. If you're looking for a tactical flashlight in incandescent, which you're most likely not going to find these days, I would go no lumen under 65 lumens. That's an effective lumen range to temporarily blind a tackle, whether it be a dog or a person or whatever. But 80 lumens is about my minimum of lumens for LED, which is able to temporarily blind a tackle. LEDs are less harsh on the eyes, so you need them to be a little bit brighter to get the same blinding effectiveness as an incandescent, which is a lot more harsh on the eyes. But anyways, they came out with the LED version, and I think it had a longer runtime, 80 lumens. It was technically brighter, and I used this walking around the neighborhood, and it was a good flashlight. And but I wanted to move up forward in my flashlight, and my brother just recently got a Blackhawk Gladius, which was a new piece of technology, and it had many modes on it: strobe, constant on, it could dim, it could brighten up, had momentarily on, and it was the cat's meow at the time. The flashlight was pretty much an Insight flashlight that was branded by Blackhawk, and it was 90 lumens, and like I said, it had many different modes, which allowed you to have different run times, and it also had the strobing effect, which we used into great effect while walking and having dogs come at us. Eventually, Insight came out with a flashlight called the H2X Typhoon 2. It was not branded for Blackhawk, but it was pretty much the same technology. Had the different modes: momentary on, strobe, constant on, dim up, dim down, and it was the same flashlight, but it was 120 lumens as opposed to 90 lumens. And this was a good flashlight to have when walking around the neighborhood. It would stop charging dogs. It would light your way. It let drivers who were driving at night know you're there. And it was a nice flashlight to have when walking around the neighborhood. And it was a pretty cool tactical flashlight as well. It would work really well for self-defense, against people. And it works well in conjunction with the gun. But the only problem is this particular flashlight did not carry well in the pocket. It was bulky, and it would often come on inside the pocket, heating up your pocket, burning down your batteries, and it just wasn't reliable carrying inside the pocket. It had a locking mode that supposedly locked the tail cap, but it would still come on inside the pocket, so I wasn't really happy with the flashlight itself as an EDC flashlight. I needed to find a new flashlight that was more carryable, that I can carry with me every day at work, at home, that was just convenient. My brother eventually found this company called 47s. Now, before I've heard of 47s, but I was originally going to get me a Phoenix. But after my brother bought a 47s Quark 123 Squirreled Tactical, I had to have it. He was showing this thing off. It was awesome. It had 360 lumens, and it had all the different modes, but more importantly, you can program it to the two modes you're going to use the most. So I can program it on medium strength to increase runtime, and strobe for when I'm around town at night and I need something to blind some people with. And it's amazing how much smaller, more portable, how much more efficient the flashlight was compared to the Insight. This flashlight had a pocket clip. It was small enough to carry inside the pocket all day without noticing it. And it was just a wonderful flashlight. I continue to use it at work. I carry it with me when I walk at Academy, when I have to go inside the trucks to unload merchandise. or if I have to look into a dark area, it's just really convenient. I usually keep it on medium strength, although I think I've just recently moved it to high strength for hunting. Um, and I would keep it on strobe mode. And everybody I showed this flashlight to was extremely impressed with it. You got to understand, most of the guys I walk with at a academy, they're just a bunch of country boys who carry mag lights. And when I was able to show them how much better this 4.7's flashlight was compared to a mag light, they were truly impressed. And this is the flashlight I continue to use now. I'm extremely happy with it. I haven't had any warranty issues with it yet, so I don't know how well 4.7's warranty is. But that's a good thing. Nothing wrong with it. And it is by far the best flashlight I've ever used. Not to say there's not any better ones out there. My brother has just recently got a Colaris. I can't remember the model name, but it's like 600 lumens, and it's a little bit it's considerably beefier than the 4.7's, which is why I'm not really interested in having one. But another cool thing about the 4.7's, you can switch the pocket clip and put it on the visor of your hat and use it as a headlamp and or a cap light. And this flashlight will throw, so you can actually put it on your hat and walk to your deer stand while holding your gun and other hunting supplies. So I'm really happy with the Quark X123 Tactical. It has high, medium, low. It has beacon. It has strobe and SOS. And a quick... this is the only thing I do not like about it. To me, having beacon and SOS is a little bit redundant. You don't need both of them. So you either need to keep, or Quark either needs to get rid of beacon or they need to get rid of SOS, which I can do without the SOS. I know how to perform an SOS with a flashlight, so I really don't need it. But the beacon is pretty cool because if, let's just say, for example, you need a marketplace and you have a friend that has a flashlight, you can put it on beacon, lay it down at your campsite, and then continue walking with your friend who has a flashlight to go get whatever you need to get, and then you'll have a beacon at your campsite, so it'll be easier to find, which I don't envision myself using this flashlight for that reason. But I love the strobe, I love the high, medium, low, and I love the fact that it's programmable. It's very user-friendly, and I just love it. It's the one that I'm using today. It's the one I'm going to be using tomorrow, and until I find something better, it's going to be the go-to flashlight for me. It does take lithium 123 batteries, which some people like, some people don't like. I haven't had any issues with them. If you use them correctly, they should work for you perfectly fine. But that's my little story of flashlights. There's been a couple other flashlights I used. For example, I've used mini-mag flashlights with the LED conversions. I've used a mini-mag flashlight and converted it into a laser that can actually light matches and pop balloons. And I also had a other SureFire. I forget the model of it, but instead of being a 2-cell battery flashlight, it's a 3-cell, and it was 80 lumens. No, it was 120 lumens LED. But these are the major flashlights that I've used in my life, and I hope you find this video entertaining or even educational. And if you're shopping for a flashlight, 4.7's.com is a great place to buy 4.7's. So not the prices aren't extremely jacked up, and you get free shipping. Another good place to shop for flashlights is Battery Junction. And I hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'm Satsu5, and I'm out.